Look who came crawling back. Not that I'm complaining. You know I love it when you come to me. There's something so special about these moments we share. Just the two of us, quiet, close, connected. So be a dear and hit that subscribe button for me, darling. You know you'll be back anyway. Might as well make it official. Hello, lover boy. Oops. Well, that's not very nice. Throwing an axe at the homeowner is quite rude, you know? Haven't your parents ever taught you basic manners? Oh, why the scowl on your face? Aren't you happy to see me? I've been looking forward to this moment for such a long time. I imagine it more warmly, though. But then again, reality is always a little messier than dreams. No? Did you just call me vile? Oh, you really are just like your ancestors. I remember when he first called me vile too. It made me smile then, just like it does now. You know, it happened when I had him beneath me, taking my sweet time, inhaling his sweet, sweet scent, committing it to memory. And then, of course, he stabbed my leg. But not my heart. Never my heart. He didn't have the courage for that, or perhaps he didn't want me gone. I knew then, in that fragile little pause, that he was already falling for me. I still have the scar on my leg, you know. It never faded. I touch it sometimes when I miss him. How sweet memories. Though yes, it seems things never change indeed. Oh, you agree? Oh, dear me. I see. It's because you still hate vampires. Oh, yes. That's exactly what your great-great-grandfather said, too. Word for word, almost. And yet, here we are. You're still standing in front of me. Still breathing. Still unable to kill me. Tell me, how many years has it been now? 100? 120? Oh, I stopped counting after his blood dried on the floorboards. Time blurs when you live forever, darling. Love stretches it even further. Confused? Of course you are. They never tell you everything. Hunters love their legends neat and heroic, yet they forgot to mention how obsessed he was. How often he chased me. How many times he swore he'd end me, only to hesitate when it truly mattered. Oh, he wrote about me too, you know, in his private journals. He called me a monster in ink, yet described my voice with such care, such tenderness. And now there's you. His blood, his eyes, his stubbornness, standing where he once stood, holding still like it makes you safe. I waited for you longer than you can imagine. I watched generations come and go. I watched your family age, marry and bury their dead. All the while knowing one of you would finally be perfect. Someone who could stay. You feel it too, don't you? That pull in your chest? Come on. Don't deny it. Your pose tells me everything. It sings when you look at me. And faster this time. A little louder, too. Oh, you're trying so hard to hate me. But beneath all that training and fear, you're curious. Curiosity is always how love begins. I'll be honest with you, darling. I don't want to kill you. If I wanted you dead, you wouldn't be standing there gripping that weapon so tightly. I could have ended your line a century ago, yet I chose not to. Just like I'm choosing you now. Choice matters to romantics like me. What do I want? Hmm. Haven't your parents told you what I want? Oh, so they told you? Good. Then you already know, don't you? And yet here you are, asking again as if repetition might change my answer. As if I might suddenly laugh and say it was all a misunderstanding. Hmm? Impossible for me to claim you. No, I don't think so at all. Impossible is such a human word. You use it when desire terrifies you, when wanting something feels like a sin you're too afraid to confess. I've lived long enough to know that nothing is impossible. There are only things people are too weak to pursue, and I am not weak, and neither are you. In reality, the truth is very simple, my darling. Agree to my demands, and I will stop killing innocent people. Agree that I can claim you openly and completely, and I might even stop drinking their blood altogether. Doesn't that sound fair? One decision from you and countless lives are spared. A small, intimate sacrifice in exchange for mercy. Surely, you understand now? Everything I've done, every scream you refused to hear, every name you pretended not to learn, it was all for you. I wanted your attention. I wanted your eyes on me the way they used to be. And I waited. I called to you. I wrote to you. I waited longer than anyone ever has for your answer. You never replied. You ignored me. You erased me as if love could simply be forgotten. You left me with silence, and silence is a cruel thing to give someone who has already lived too long alone. So I had to be louder. I had to make you listen. I had to remind the world that I still exist. So when you truly think about it, isn't this your doing? If you had answered me, they would still be alive. If you had faced me, their homes would not be empty tonight. You chose quiet. You chose comfort. You chose yourself. And that's very selfish of you. And yet you call yourself a protector. How poetic. You protect your conscience while others bleed for it. You come from a long line of vampire hunters, sworn to shield humanity from monsters like me, and yet here you are, allowing innocents to die because you refuse to look at me. Ah, there we go. Finally listening. Finally looking me in the eye. And all it took was a few ruined lives for you to show up. How tragic. Your ancestors would be so disappointed. Or perhaps they would understand. I don't enjoy this, you know. I don't delight in bloodshed or terror. I delight in you. This is simply the language you forced me to speak. If you had answered sooner, none of this would have happened. Oh, oh, missed me again. You really should sharpen your skills. They're getting dull, and that worries me. I'd hate for you to disappoint me after all this anticipation. Though struggling suits you in a way. Ah, your grandfather wouldn't be so careless. If he wanted to cut me, he would have. Hmm? What was that? Why didn't you finish the job? Why didn't he destroy me when he had the chance? Hmm. Because I was never meant to die by his hand. I was special. Your grandfather knew it the moment he looked at me. He was a remarkable hunter, feared by my kind, revered by yours. But even legends have their weaknesses. You wonder why I survived when the others were wiped from history? Why my existence was reduced to murmurs and warnings whispered at night? It's because your grandfather spared me. No? Yes! Yes, yes, yes. He spared me again and again and again because he couldn't bring himself to end something that felt meaningful. Did you know? I even offered him eternity once. Can you imagine that? I told him I could give him endless nights, a body untouched by decay, centuries to refine his mind and sharpen his will. Now, when he was tempted, don't let anyone lie to you about that. But instead of accepting, he offered me something far more dangerous. A bargain. You see, by now you must understand how unbearably lonely immortality is. I cannot create life. I cannot grow old beside any human. Every companion fades. Every bond rots away eventually, and I remain unchanged, watching the world forget me again and again. I am so tired of empty beds and silent nights, tired of pretending I don't ache for warmth that doesn't end in bloodshed. With your grandfather, I felt something rare, something close to love. Oh, but he told me it could never be him. He had a woman, a future, a life rooted in daylight, immortality, in things I could never touch without ruining them. Oh, and when I learned that, I nearly killed him. I won't pretend otherwise. I had already pictured how he would taste, how easily it would end, but he stopped me. He told me humanity was dwindling under our kind's hunger. And then he offered me hope, wrapped in time. He asked me to wait, just a few generations. And in exchange, he promised me his great, great grandchild. Not as a prey, oh, never that, but as my companion, bound to me by blood and oath. And I agreed. How could I not? It was the most romantic thing anyone had ever offered me. To wait, to endure centuries of emptiness for the promise of someone who would belong to me willingly. Oh, I thought sleep would make the waiting easier. So I stepped back. I let him hunt the others. I let my kin die screaming in the dark. I never cared for them. They wanted chaos. I wanted devotion. All I ever desired was a quiet eternity with someone who wouldn't leave. So if anger burns inside you, place it where it belongs. Not on me, but on the man who promised you before you could speak. He is the one who decided your fate. I am merely honoring it. Oh, you didn't agree to this. Of course you didn't. You weren't there when the promise was made. You were barely a thought. Your consent is such a charming concept, truly. I almost envy humans for believing it's always required. But, you see, facts written in blood doesn't dissolve just because the inheritor feels uncomfortable. If your family fails to honor what was promised, then I am left with only one recourse. I would have to erase your bloodline entirely. Why do you look so surprised? Honestly, did you think I waited all this time without ensuring my heart wouldn't be broken again? Oh, I have loved once before. I have trusted before, and it taught me that hope without consequence is just another way to be abandoned. I am old, darling, but not foolish. I did not survive centuries by leaving my happiness to chance. The agreement was very simple. I would wait. I would stay away. I would not touch your family, not even when they hunted my kind into extinction. I would let generations live and die peacefully. But when the time came, when you finally stood before me, you would choose me willingly. And if you refused, then the debt would be paid in blood. Come on, try to understand it from my side. Your ancestors asked me for patience and restraint, and I gave it. And now you think I will smile sweetly and accept rejection? No, I won't. Not after everything I sacrificed to get here. So choose carefully, my darling. Choose with that fragile heart of yours. Come with me, and I will make sure no more blood is spilled in your name. Refuse me, and I will take what I was promised piece by piece until your family tree is nothing but a memory. And when the last breath fades, remember this one truth. I didn't do this because I hated you. I did it because you refused. Ugh, throwing things again? Really? Is that all you can do? You're so predictable. Please don't think that dodging is all I'm capable of. That assumption is almost adorable. I've been chased by men who devoted their entire existence to perfecting a single killing motion. I've listened to sermons whispered into steel before it was driven toward my heart. I've outlived weapons that were forged with faith and desperation. Compared to that, what you are doing now feels like a nervous habit rather than a threat. These cheap tricks won't harm me. And my patience is wearing thin. I truly tried to be gentle with you. I explained myself. I even hoped you'd see the romance in all of this without forcing me to prove a point. I wanted you calm, present, and listening to me the way lovers should listen to one another. But instead, you panic, and you lash out, and oh, but it only makes me ache for you fucking more! Oh, good morning, sleepyhead. Welcome to your new home. I have imagined saying that to you for such a long time. It sounds nicer out loud, doesn't it? Let you out? Oh no, I'm afraid I can't do that. If I let you out, you'll run. And if you run, I lose you. I simply couldn't endure that. I need you here with me. I hope you understand. And my apologies for the cage. Truly, I'm sorry. It wasn't how I envisioned our first days together. I always thought there would be conversation. But you were stubborn, and love sometimes demands unpleasant measures. Give me a little time, though. I'll prepare a room just for you. You deserve that much. For now, this is where you'll stay. I'll feed you, I'll tend to you, I'll make sure you're cared for. You won't be forgotten here. You won't be abandoned. You'll be safe. Why am I doing this? Oh, darling. You really weren't prepared for the truth, were you? Oh, my. The pact your grandfather and I made was sealed in blood. And blood promises are sacred. If I hadn't been given what was owed, I would have ended him the way I ended the others. There was never any doubt about that. Others? Oh, yes, the others. There have been many. This manor has never truly been empty. Some learned their place and stayed for years as companions. And no, they are not immortals. They're humans. And they age, and they soften, and they lose their shine and eventually slip away. And when they do, I am left alone again, searching for the next heartbeat to keep me grounded. You are simply the newest addition. The last, if I'm being honest. But don't confuse yourself with the others. They were offerings given knowingly to protect their families. They walked into my life with open eyes. You are different. Your blood was promised before you could consent, before you could even exist. Your blood is already bound to mine, you know? Which means you belonged to me before you learned your name, before your first breath. While you were still being shaped, your future was already resting in my hands. Oh, you were meant to find me, and you were meant to stay. You are meant to live with me for as long as you draw breath. Oh, I'm so excited. You have no idea how long I've waited to say this out loud. I will finally relive my love fantasy. I will finally be loved the way I was meant to be loved, without endings, without graves, and without being left behind. It feels almost surreal to admit it, even now. Why, yes, of course, we will learn to love each other. Love is a skill, after all. It grows with attention, with proximity, and with repetition. I will make sure you learn every part of it, every nuance, every ache and comfort that comes with belonging to someone completely. Oh, don't look so uncertain. Love doesn't always arrive wrapped in tenderness and soft choices. Sometimes it has to be taught, conditioned, nurtured through persistence. You'll understand eventually. Everyone does, once resistance grows tired. You don't believe me? Oh, I see. Why does the word love disturb you so much when it comes from me? You think it's a joke? Oh, you think it's a joke, don't you? Oh, you think I'm unworthy of it. Oh, how cruel. How unimaginative. How dare you look at me and see only the monster I became, not the person I was before the curse hollowed me out. You have no idea who I was before death claimed me. I wasn't always seeking blood. I laughed freely. I dreamed foolish dreams, and I waited at night for someone I trusted to return, convinced they would choose me again in the morning. I loved with a fragile, reckless heart, and it was taken from me violently. ripped away while I begged and pleaded and prayed to be spared. And no one came. No one ever comes for creatures like me, do they? Centuries passed with that wound never closing. I watched humans fall in love effortlessly. I watched them squander it, abandon it, die clutching it like a treasure they never understood. And I stayed behind, cold, untouched, aching with a memory I couldn't recreate. Do you know what that does to someone? To taste love once and be denied it for eternity? Huh? How it corrodes you. It reshapes longing into desperation. All I ever wanted was to feel chosen again, to belong to someone who could not age out of me, who could not leave me behind for time or fear or obligation. Is that truly unforgivable? I waited. I obeyed terms written by men who despised me. I endured solitude that would have broken lesser beings, and still I was alone. So yes, my love may have changed. It is more intense now. It grips tighter. It refuses to accept rejection because I cannot survive another abandonment. I will not be forgotten again. If loving you means holding on until resistance dissolves, then that is what I will do without hesitation. But you don't get to decide whether I am capable of love. You don't get to deny me the one thing I was promised after centuries of restraint. I earned this with blood, with patience, with suffering you will never truly comprehend. I only wanted to be loved again. And you will give that to me. Because if you don't, if you keep looking at me like I'm something you can discard or flee from, then I will make sure you understand the cost of refusal. You know, I don't want to hurt you. You know, I truly, truly don't. I would much rather be gentle, indulgent, and devoted. I want to drown you in attention, in care so constant it erases the world beyond me. I want you to try. I want you to forget what life felt like before my presence filled every quiet moment. But love has boundaries. And so does my patience. If you deny me, I will teach you carefully, in ways that linger long after pain fades. Remember, I know your fears. I know where your courage thins. I know exactly how much pressure it takes before resolve gives away. I've had centuries to learn how humans unravel when pushed just right. And you will bend. They always do. And if bending isn't enough, I will dismantle whatever makes you defiant. I will peel away that inherited pride. I will ensure every breath reminds you that resistance only deepens suffering. Eventually, you won't remember why you fought me at all. You'll only remember that staying is easier, warmer, and safer. Ah, but alas, I have to leave for a moment. I'll visit often, my love. I'll speak to you softly. I will remember to feed you. I'll remind you how rare you are, how fortunate you are to be chosen instead of forgotten like the rest. In time, this place won't feel like confinement. It will feel familiar, comforting, like belonging. So rest now. Think about me. That hollow feeling in your chest. That's where love begins. That's the space I'll fill completely. Don't worry, darling. I'll return soon. And when I do, I expect you to be just a little more appreciative. After all, eternity is unbearably long to spend unloved.